my goodness, another week has gone by. Coach Dave and, of course, Accordion Cool. And we do have a little theme today. You know, there's been obviously thousands of songs written. And, you know, most of them are written about relationships and love and stuff like that. But, you know, there's not a lot of them. I mean, there's plenty, but not a lot that actually have love in the title. So I figured I'd look around and see what ones I could find that had love in the title. Well, the first one, Love is the title, L-O-V-E. Love is from, L is for blah, blah, blah. 1965, a fellow named Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole had the big hit of that. Now, Nat King Cole did not start as a vocalist. He had a jazz trio. He played jazz piano. And as the story goes, one night some fellow was in listening to him and asked him to play a song, and he did. The fellow says, well, can you sing it? He says, well, I don't sing. But now I don't know if any cash exchanged hands or not, but Nat King Cole ended up singing the song, and it was great. And Nat King Cole, the piano player, jazz trio became Nat King Cole, the vocalist. Now, there's a part of my life that I would just as soon forget. When I was an office manager in a medical office, and one day a patient came in, and her name was Natalie Cole. So smart Alec here says, oh, any relation to Nat King Cole? She says, well, yes, he was my husband. I said, oh, okay. Put me right in my place. And she says, yes, she's from New York. And at Christmas time that she walks through the stores and hears all the Christmas songs. And the Christmas song, right, chestnuts roasting. She hears that. She says, that was my husband. So she put me in her place, but I did get to meet Nat King Cole's wife, and she was a very lovely lady. All right, next tune. Well, how about The Glory? The Glory of Love, yeah, 1936, recorded by a fellow named Benny Goodman. Benny Goodman had one of the biggest in popularity through all those years. So let's find the right button from the mothership, and I think we'll play a little of The Glory of Love. Here we go. The Glory of Love. Now that song, the first several measures of the song is very much like another song that I play quite often. And every once in a while, I'd never play them both on the same gig, both of them, because if I do, I'll get them mixed up. So it's called, what's it called? It'll come to me. And so I'll be playing one, and all of a sudden I'm into the other one. So I've got a boycott of playing those two songs on the same gig. That's the song. Oh, I can't even think of the name of it. But it starts off exactly the same way, and boy, I can get that messed up very easily. All right, next tune. 1928. Not sure who wrote it. Somebody wrote it, but it's kind of become a jazz tune. And actually around 2013 or so, Tony Bennett, the late, unfortunately, great Tony Bennett, and Lady Gaga did an album. And this was one of the songs they did on the album. It's called I Can't Give You Anything But Love. Of course, Tony Bennett, when he passed away, he was 94. Well, never mind, we won't get into that. So I can't give you anything but love. So here we go. I can't give you anything but love. Sorry about that. I'm a musician. I don't have anything. I got an accordion. Well, actually, I got a few accordions. But shh, don't. No, all I have is anyway. Can't give you anything but love. All right, now this song, this next song, 1931. No, 36, I think. Yes, I feel like I've been playing it since 1936. I wish I had a nickel for every time I've played this song. Now, I'm going to play in a little different style. I'm going to use what we call block chords. And way back when, that was kind of an accordion style. And, of course, at Berklee School of Music, we wrote for big bands, and you wrote a whole bunch of, if you had 5 saxes, everyone was playing a different note in the chord, and it was like a whole block. So I kind of moved that over into accordion playing. And, see if you notice the difference. It's called, and. Remember the old All in the Family, Archie Bunker? And Edith fancied herself as a singer. Oh, boy. But she was playing the piano and singing this song on one of the shows, and she kept doing it. And Archie says, Edith, enough. What is that song? And she says, it's called Funny Butt. And he says, what? The song, Funny Butt, is what it's called, Funny Butt. He says, where do you get a name like that? And she says, it's I'm in the mood for love. Funny Butt when you're near me. So here's Funny Butt, or as most of us know it, I'm in the mood for love. I'm in the mood for love. Wish I had a nickel for every time I played that song through the years. Old standard, pretty tune, never goes out of style or fashion. Well, I mentioned Berklee School of Music a couple minutes ago. Now, this next song I had a personal history with, and then I didn't play it for many years, and I kind of resurrected it a little while ago. I am not ashamed to admit that when I went to Berklee School of Music, I was probably the least capable person to walk through those doors ever. Now, when you go to Berklee, of course, everybody's there playing different instruments. Once a week, you had a session with all the people that played your particular instrument. Now, when I went to Berkeley back in the early 60s, it was in the old building. Didn't have a lot of classrooms, didn't have a lot of students. So now, okay, now we're going to have all the accordion players. Oh, boy. And I knew I couldn't hold my own with any of these guys. So my roommate, who actually I knew him in high school, he was a year ahead of me. And he was a great jazz piano player. He actually started an accordion and went to jazz piano. So we picked this particular song, and we worked on it and developed a jazz chorus and everything. So comes the day, and I walk in shaking in my boots, and they never called on me. So after that, I didn't play this song for years, but it's a nice tune. 1933, from a film of the same name. And no, film isn't called Same Names. Film is called Hey, Let's Fall in Love. So here we go. Let's fall in love. So anything I can do today that I couldn't do back then is just the result of literally thousands of hours with this thing hanging around my neck. So no matter what you do out there, if there's something you really want to get it so you can do it, you got to put the time in. There's thousands of hours, many great teachers, and it's still every day I'm behind this thing trying to make some noise. Well, we're getting down to the end of our time in our last tune. Cole Porter, 1929, came from a musical, one of those musicals you never heard of. So fortunately, the song has persevered. Now this is going to be just a little bit up-tempo. So I caution anybody, don't try to tap your foot to this song, okay, because I cannot be responsible for any sprains or strains that may develop. A little tune called, speaking of love, what is this thing called love? Let's see what happens. What is this thing called love and the funny squeaks and squawks that happen when you push the wrong button? See all these buttons? Yeah, never mind. I won't go into that. I got to remember what I'm doing and where I am. Well, that's kind of our show for today. And thank you all for watching, listening, tuning in, however you get our show, YouTube. I'm going to say, bring those young'uns in. After all, where else can they hear squeaks and squawks like you just heard them? What is this thing called? This is it. This is the place. And naturally, big thank you to the big guy behind the glass. As I say every week, if I sound good, it's him. If I don't sound good, well, it must be the instrument or something. I can't think of any other reason. Austin Ricketts, who's been putting up with me these past, I don't know, how many years, Austin? God, it's got to be 7, 8 years at least, because we're in our 10th season now. Wow. Yeah, he hasn't figured a way to get out of it yet. So let's take it home and a little, without the squeaks and squawks, what is this foolish thing called love?